Well, you finished second at the Scuffle with no starters. I mean, how does that speak to your depth and you know, those guys, how they're developing and all?
Yeah, I think our guys they wrestled well, and you know, having a lot of success is good. And you want them to just be able to just get out on the mat and know that they're getting better. I mean, sometimes I think our young guys, when they're in the room, it's just so competitive in here that sometimes they wonder if they are getting better. So when they can go compete and wrestle outside competition, then it's a good boost for them. But yeah, we're happy for them. Happy to see our freshmen do well. Some of our guys that don't get to start for us get some good quality matches in, and it was a good event.
What have you seen from Ryder and the Marisol twins in here, you know, development-wise?
Yeah, they just, I mean, you know, obviously they were good before they got here, but they just love the sport. They're competitors. They're trying to get as good as they can get. I mean, they have lofty goals, and that's all fine and good, but you still have to, you know, you have to go compete when it's time to compete, and so they're showing that they're doing that also.
You know, what Carter said earlier at the beginning of the year, he said about how this team could be even better next year without him being here and things like that. To see that success from those young guys, to know what's coming up through the pipeline, you know, does that kind of make you guys excited as a coaching staff, or like, you know, how does that?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good kids coming in. We signed a great class of, you know, I think kids that want to be here, that have the right mentality and focus, and obviously very, very skilled. So I mean, I think as a coaching staff, you always need to or have to believe your best years are ahead. You know, I think that's the case for this program also. But we're focused on right now. You know, we'll think about. I mean, obviously you're thinking about next year. You know, a couple of years ago. But right now we're getting ready for Michigan State on Friday, and then getting ready as we approach the Big Ten season here, and just doing what we can.
I know it's not exactly recent, but that match against Keegan O'Toole for Levi Haynes, what does that moment do for him? He hasn't lost a collegiate match since his freshman year in the championship. So how's he been processing it? What has he been able to, what have you and the coaching staff taken away from it?
Yeah, I mean, Levi's just such a solid human being. He's fine. I mean, he was fine. He does not like to lose, obviously. That's one of the reasons he is as tough as he is, and he works as hard as he does, and he's as disciplined as he is. But yeah, it was a tough match. I mean, he was right there. You know, we felt like he had the momentum and was close to scoring. He just didn't quite get it done, and lost a tough match to a really good wrestler. So, you know, he has some time to make some, you know, small adjustments. But yeah, I think it's all practice. So he takes it in stride, and he's good to go already. Yeah.
That's the same day, Davis and Bailey.
Yeah.
He didn't get a takedown, but he also didn't get one up.
Yeah.
What did you see there defensively? You know, and his willingness to stay in battle.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, we've seen Davis. He's a competitor. He'll battle. You know, he's just a scrappy kid. You know, we're obviously hoping our guys can keep getting better and, you know, create opportunities to score points, so you don't have to, you know, win those, you know, those tight matches if you don't have to. But, you know, it was a good win for him, and yeah, so he's up a new weight class, but he knows he should be right in the mix, and is in the mix with all the top guys.
What kind of challenge does Michigan State pose this time around?
I mean, they're just always scrappy, always tough. You know, it's kind of the same for all of our opponents. I mean, we're still focusing on how do we get better and what can we do, and you know, we don't completely adjust our training to one specific team. You know, we're trying to get our guys ready for March right now, and a lot of that's just how we approach these matches, how we train. We've got some great training in over break, but we've got some fun matches coming up.
You guys kind of have like one goal a week here.
Yeah.
The next couple Fridays, things like that. So,
yeah.
You know, how does that maybe help you guys? To help guys recover, you know, with what's on the horizon and things like that.
Yeah, I think, you know, after we get through January, I think the Big Ten kind of loaded us up with some Friday, Sunday matches. So, you know, those are things we need to prepare for, and yeah, to win the national tournament. I mean, it's a 3-day tournament. You have multiple matches. So ultimately, you know, those are the things that we're preparing for: the Big Ten, the national tournament. You know, we love these duels, and they're good gauges to kind of keep us on track and moving in the right direction. But yeah, I mean, whatever the schedule is, you know, it doesn't really matter that much to me. I mean, we'll adjust and make things work.
Along those lines, I lost my train of thought. Sorry, go ahead.
You guys do good.
People are asking, they haven't really seen Joe Seeley at all wrestling too much.
Yeah.
Is there a reason behind that, or is it just?
Yeah, he had an injury, and he's back. But yeah, he's tough. He's good. So I'm excited to see him wrestle when he can. Yeah, he's as advertised. Yeah.
Sorry, got it.
Cool.
Along those lines, health-wise, you got to be lucky. Teams have to be lucky no matter what sport, to stay healthy and all. But is there something behind there, like a science, a philosophy behind that, in the training room, to just be careful, so to speak?
Well, I mean, we have a trainer that we have all the confidence in the world in, but we would prefer that our guys aren't seeing Dan, obviously. But yeah, I think there's a lot to it, a lot more to it. A lot of it's your training and mentality and just a lot of little things. But a lot of it's up to the individuals also to stay out of positions that they're compromised in, and their knees and their ankles. And as you watch wrestling, I mean, our guys will throw caution to the wind in the way they're trying to win a single scramble, but that single scramble could cost you 8 months recovery if you hurt yourself. So a lot of it's just fundamentals and those principles that some kids do a better job than others, but yeah, I mean, we're not the experts on any of those things. I mean, we're just trying to figure things out just like everybody else as we go along.
I hope I'm going to be able to phrase this in the right manner, but there was discourse with Kurt McHenry doing as well as he did, and then just some of the other freshmen, that these wrestlers could compete and start at other places, other programs. What is it that is so enticing about Penn State? Maybe it's there's culture, there's obviously success, but that they take a back seat for a portion of their career when they could go be the guy at another program for four years and have immediate success. Why is there this consistency that people are willing to sacrifice the short term to gain something hopefully greater in the long term? And that's an if.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that we have a special thing going here, and it's bigger than just winning or being a starter, or like you said, being the man. And if you can make the lineup at Penn State, you can win the national tournament. But so these kids, I think, they want to win the national tournament. Some kids want to be a 4-year starter, maybe. Some kids want to be a national champion. It just depends on the kids. It depends on what their ultimate goals are. I mean, history's shown this is a really good place to attack your goals on the international scene, and our kids get better, and they enjoy what they're doing, and I think that's a big part of them getting better. But there's very few cases of kids that aren't coming in and improving each year, and that aren't better when they're seniors and when they are freshmen, and in a tough sport, and that's not always the case. So I think it's just a big picture thing, and it's kind of what's it just depends on what's the most important thing to you, and kids that are coming here want to be the best version of themselves that they can be, and they feel like this is that place for them, and if you come here, you're going to get better, right? I mean, that's just what happens. So.
Anything else?
Cool. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.